good.
I meant to get it back and I forgot.
Are you good?
Is it doing it okay
Yeah.
though? Yes, I know. I should just Yoshi, what time is it? 2:09. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, everybody, if you can come have your seat, please. Everybody come have your seat. Hi, Mom. Alright, quickly, come on in.
I like him not, nor does it stand safe with us to let this madness range. Therefore prepare you, and he to England shall along with you.
Nor do we will ourselves provide most holy and religious spirit as to keep those many, many bodies safe that feed upon your majesty.
Never alone to the king's side, but with a general groan.
Oh, arm you, I pray you, to the speedy voyage. We will feathers put upon this sphere that now goes too free-footed.
We will haste us.
My lord, he's going to his mother's closet. Behind an arras I'll convey myself. 'Tis meet some more audience and a mother, for nature hath made them partial, shall overhear the speech. I'll call upon you here, you go to bed, and tell you what I know.
Ah, thanks, dear my lord. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It doth the most primal eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. Prayer cannot though inclination be as strong as will. My stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. Oh, could it be that this cursed hand be thicker than itself in a brother's blood? Is there not enough rain in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Then I look up, my fault is path. Oh, but what form of prayer may serve my term? Oh, forgive me, foul murder. No, It cannot be, for I am still in possession of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my queen, my known ambition. Can one be pardoned yet retain the offense? In the corrupted currents of the world, offense's gilded hand may shove by justice. And it is seen that the most wicked paws may buy out the law, but 'tis not so above. No, there is no shuffling. There the action lies in man's true nature, and we compelled, even to the foot and tooth of our faults, to give confession. Oh, bow stubborn knees! Oh, bosom black as death! Oh, strings with heart of steels be as soft as the sinews of the newborn babe. Oh, God, help me, angels.
Now might I do it pat. Now he is praying, and I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven, and so I am revenged. The villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do this same villain send direct to heaven? And am I then revenged? To take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No, upsword. When he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed at gaming, swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it, then slip them, that his heels may kick at heaven, and his soul be as damned and black as hell, whereto it goes. My mother waits, though your prayers preserve you now, they come too late.
My words fly up, but thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts to heaven never go.
He will come straight. Lay you bear home to him. Tell him that his pranks have been too much to bear with, and that you have suffered much heat from him. I'll silence myself.
I'll warrant you, fear me not. Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
Oh, what's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
No, by the rood not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And, would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those so you can speak.
Peace, sit you down, and you shall not budge until I set you up a glass wherein you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help!
How now, a rat? Dead for dead!
Oh, I am slain.
Oh me, what hast thou done? Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed this is!
Aye, lady, almost as bad as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, it was my word. Oh, thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune, now find too busy is some danger. Peace! Leave ringing of your hands, peace, sit you down. And I will wring your heart, and I shall if it be made of penetrable stuff.
What have I done?
Yep. What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue and noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty.
I mean, what act?
Look here upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a noble grace is seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls the front of Jove himself, and I like Mars, to threaten and command, a combination of form and deed where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. And look you now what follows. This is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you this fair mountain leave to feed and fatten upon this moor? Have you eyes?
Hamlet, thou turns my eyes to my very soul.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over a nasty sty.
Enough, Hamlet, thou turns my eyes. These daggers enter my ears. Stop!
A murderer and a villain, a slave not 20th part the tithe of your pieces and lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious diadem stole, and put it in his
No
pocket.
more!
a king of shreds and patches. Save me and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would you, gracious figure?
Alas, he is mad.
Do you not, your tardy son, come to chide that lapsed in time and passion? Let's go by the acting of your dread command.
Hamlet, do not forget, this visitation is at most blunted purpose. Look at the amazement your mother sits. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? Thou stares at vacancy, gentle son. Spring up all in cool patience, whereupon you look.
On him! On him! Look how pale he glares!
Of whom do you speak?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Nor do you see nothing here?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Well, look how it steals away! My father, in the habit as he lived. Look where he goes even now, after to the portal.
This is the very quench of your brain. This body's creation ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy? My pulse is yours, doth temperately keep time. Confess yourself to heaven, repent what's past, and do not spread the compost on the weeds to make them rancor.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
And throw away the worser part of it, and make the pure with the other half. Mother, good night, but go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next, more easy. For this same Lord I do repent, will answer well the death I gave him. I must be cruel, only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and the worse remains behind. One more word, good lady.
What shall I do?
Do not let the king know that I'm essentially not in madness, but mad in craft. I would he did not know.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath and breath of life, I have no life to breathe. Thou hast said to me.
I must for England, you know that.
Luck I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There are letters sealed, and my two schoolfellows whom I will trust as a will, Adder's fang, they bear the mandate and must marshal me to knavery. Let it work. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
There's matters in these sighs, these profound thieves, you must translate. 'Tis fit we understand them.
Mine own lord, what I have seen tonight.
What, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
Mad as the sea and wind, we both contend which is the mightier, and hearing a man become the heiress, rips out his rapier and cries, a rat, and killed the unseen good man.
Oh, heavy deed. Had been so with us had we been there. Oh, his liberty is full of threats to all. To you, yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how may this bloody deed be answered? Oh, it will be laid upon us, whose providence should have restrained the young man, but we so loved young Hamlet, that like the owners of a foul disease to keep it from divulging, let it feed, even on the pith of life. Where has he gone?
To draw apart the body he hath killed.
Oh, Gertrude, come away. Oh, Guildenstern! Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet dragged him. Go seek him out, speak fair, and bring the body to the chapel. I pray you hasten this. Oh, come, Gertrude, come away. Oh, we will call our closest friends and tell them what we intend to do and ultimately what's done. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Safely stowed.
Hamlet, Lord Hamlet!
The soft, who calls him Hamlet? Ah, here they come.
What have you done, my lord, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust, whereto 'tis kin.
Tell us where it is so that we may take it hence and bear it to the chapel.
The king is with the body, but the body is not with the king. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord.
Of nothing. Bring me to him.
Oh, I sent to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous it is that man goes loose. Oh, how now? What hath befallen?
Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
Ah, but where is he?
Without, my lord, guarded to know your pleasure.
Bring him before us.
Oh, ho, Guildenstern, bring him, my lord.
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper, where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are even at him. Ugh. That is the end.
Alas, alas.
A king may fish with the worm and eat of that fish that are fed of that worm.
What dost thou mean by this?
Nothing but to show you how a king may go of progress to the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven, sent thither to see. And if your messenger find him not there, you go seek him in the other place yourself. And if you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stair and into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
He will stay till you come.
Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, this deed that thou hast done must send thee with fiery quickness. Therefore prepare yourself. For the bark is ready, the wind hath held the associates' tent, and everything is bent. For England.
England?
Yes, Hamlet.
Good.
It is, if thou knowest our purpose.
I see an angel that sees them. Farewell, mother.
Thy loving father.
My mother. For father and mother is man and wife, and man and wife is one flesh. So, mother, come for England.
Follow him and tempt him with speed abroad. Delay it not, for everything else is done that else leans upon this affair. Pray your haste. Oh, England, if my love you holdest aught, and thy great power give thee the sense, effect the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England! For like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me, until I know it's done. However, my haps and joys never begun.
To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each joy seemed a prologue to some great amiss. So artless jealousy is guilt, it spills itself in fearing to be spilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Oh, how now, Ophelia?
How should I your true love know from another one? Oh, by his cocklebat scout and his sandal shoon.
What imports this lady?
Say, nay, pray you mock. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a green breast her, at his heels a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Spray your mark. White his shroud as the mountain snow. Larded all with sweet flowers, which bewept to the grave do not go with true love showers.
I look upon my lord.
How now, pretty lady?
Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning bedtime, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. But then up he rose, and donned his clothes, and doth the chamber door. He let in the maid, let out the maid, never departed more.
Oh, poor Ophelia. How long has she been thus?
I cannot choose but to weep to think that they will aim in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. Oh, and so I thank you for your good counsel. Good night. Come, my ladies, good night. Good night, sweet ladies, good night, good night.
Oh, this is the poison of deep sorrow. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude. When sorrow comes, they come not single spies, but battalions. First her father slain, second your son gone. Oh, the most violent author of his just remove. And lastly, her brothers returned from France, who wants not buzzards to infect his ears with pestilent speeches of his father's death.
Alas, what noise is this?
The doors are broke!
Oh, thou vile king, give me my father!
Homely, good Laertes.
Laertes, what is the cause that thy rebellion be so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Why art thou incensed? Speak, man!
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. I dare damnation. I will be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay you?
Not all the world.
Laertes, if thou wish to know the certainty of your father's death, is it right in your revenge that you'll do battle with both friend and foe?
Well, none but his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To his good friends thus wide all of my arms.
Oh, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, and am sensibly angry for it, with a level to your judgment pierce, as day does to your eye.
Now, what noise is that? Oh, heat. Dry up my brains. Tears 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid by weight till our scale turn the beam. Oh, Rose of May, Dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh heavens! Is it possible that a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life?
They bore him barefaced on the bier, nodding. Oh, and on his grave drank many a tear. Fare you well, my dove.
Hadst thou thy wits and didst persuade revenge, it could not move thus.
Oh, there's rosemary. That's for remembrance. I pray you love remember. Oh, and there's pansies. That's for thoughts.
A documented madness. Thoughts and remembrance fitted.
Oh, there's columbines for you, and fennel, and there's rue for you, and here's some for me. Oh, and there's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they all withered when my father died. They say he made a good end. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? Oh, no, he is dead. Go to that deathbed. He will never come again. His beard was white as snow. All flaxen was his poll. He is gone, and we cast away the mountain. Oh, Christian souls, I pray, God be with you.
Do you see this, O God?
Laertes, I must commune with your grief. Or you deny me right, but go apart. Make choice of your wisest friends who you shall, and they shall judge twixt you and me, if by direct or collateral hand they find us untouched. We our kingdom gives, our lives, everything we call ours, to your satisfaction. But if not, lend us your patience, so we may jointly labor with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral, no trophy, sword, nor hatchment over his bones, no noble right, nor formal ostentation cry to be heard as 'twere from heaven to earth, that I must call it in question.
It shall be so, and where the offense is, let the great axe fall. Come away.
What are they that would speak with me?
Seafaring men, sir. They say they have letters for you.
Let them in. I do not know what part of the world I should be greeted, if not by Lord Hamlet.
God bless you, sir.
Let him bless thee too.
You shall, sir, and please him. There's a letter for you, sir. It comes from the ambassador that was bound from England, if your name be Horatio, as I much know it is.
Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me with mercy, but they know what they did. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear that will make thee dumb. These good fellows will bring me where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. Hamlet. Come, I will show you to the king, the speedier that you may direct me to him from whom you have brought them.
Now, Laertes, you must put me in your heart for friend, for you have heard with a knowing ear that he who hath your noble father slain pursued my life.
Well appears. But tell me why you proceeded not against these feats so crimeful and capital in nature.
'Tis for the love the Danish people bear him.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
How now, what news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. This to your majesty, this to the queen.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not.
Well, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, and you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes. When I shall recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return, Hamlet, what should this mean?
Know you the hand?
Is Hamlet's character. Can you advise me?
I am lost in it, my lord, but let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
Wouldst thou be ruled by me, Laertes?
Aye, my lord, if you will not overrule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. Oh, I will work him to an exploit, now ripen my device under which he shall not choose but fall on his death. Even his mother would call it an accident.
Oh, my lord, I will be ruled. The rather, if you could devise it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. Laertes, you have been talked since of your travels much. In Hamlet's hearing there is a quality for which they say you shine. Your martial arts, your rapier especially. Oh, it is seen quite a sight it would be indeed if there was one who could match you. In this report, Hamlet so envenomed with envy he couldn't do but pray and beg your sudden coming over to play. Now, out of this.
What out of this, my lord?
Laertes, was your father dear to you? Or are you like a painting of sorrow, a face without a heart?
Why ask you this?
What wouldst thou undertake to prove yourself your father's son more in deed than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
Good Laertes, revenge should have no bounds, but wilt thou do this? Keep thyself closed within their chambers, and Hamlet returned should know you've come home. We'll set up those who call your praises, and wager upon your heads. He, being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, shall not peruse the foils. So, with ease or little shuffling, you may choose an untipped sword, and, in a passive practice, requite him for your father.
Then I'll do it, and for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I bought an ointment out of a mountebank, so mortal, that dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no man shall be saved from death who is but scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
Oh, and if this should fall, and blood show through our poor performance, 'twere better not to say. Therefore, this project should have a second, or back, that should hold if ever this did blast in proof. But soft, let me see. When in your motions you are hot and dry, and you're about to move on to that end, and he calls for a drink, I'll have prepared him a wine goblet. Whereupon, but sipping, he, if by chance escaped your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. But stay, what noise? How now, sweet lady?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Where?
There's a willow that grows aslant a brook that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. Down her and her weedy trophies fell into the stream, and there her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like and bore her up a while as she sang snatches of little tunes, till her garments lay heavy with drink and pulled her into a muddy death.
Alas, that is she drowned.
Drowned. Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia. Thus I forbid my tears. I have a speech of fire, that fane would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
Come away, Gertrude. Much I had to do to calm his rage. This, I fear, will give it rise again.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully takes her own life?
I tell thee she is. Therefore, make her grave straight. The crown hath state on her, and finds a Christian burial.
How can that be, unless she drowned herself in her own defense?
Why, 'tis found so.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business that he sings at grave making?
Custom hath made him a property of easiness.
Why hath the little employment hath the daintier sense? That skull had a tongue in it once and could sing once. See how the knave jowls it to the ground. Why, that might have been the speech of a politician, might it not?
It might, my lord.
Or of a poetry that might have said, "Good morrow, sweet lord," or "How dost thou, sweet lord?"
Aye, my lord.
Now might that be the skull of a lawyer? I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, Huron?
Mine, sir.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it. What man dost thou dig it for?
For none, so for no man, sir.
Well, what woman then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul. She's dead.
How absolute the knave is. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days in the year, I came to it the day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent into England.
Aye, Mary, why was he sent into England?
Why, because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not seen him in there. There the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
By losing his wits.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Faith, if he be not rotten before he die, as we have many pocky corpses nowadays that will scarce hold the lying in. I will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanned one will last you 9 year.
Why he more than another?
Why, his hide is so tanned with his trade, he will keep out water a great while. And your water is a sore to care of your dead body. Here's a skull now. This skull hath lie in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
Even that.
Let me see. Alas, Poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a man of infinite jest and most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Oh, where be your jibes now, your tricks, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table onto a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning. But soft, aside, here comes the king. Queen, the courtiers, who is this they follow?
What ceremony else?
That is Laertes, a very noble youth, Mark.
What ceremony else?
Perhaps the queens have been as far and large as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful, and but the great command oversways the order. We should. She should in ground and sanctified have lodged till the last trumpet.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should sing a requiem. We should profane the service of the dead and sing a requiem and such rest to her as to peace-parted souls.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
What? The fair Ophelia?
Sweet to the sweet farewell. I thought it had been my Hamlet's bride. I thought thy bride bed be decked with sweet flowers, O maid, instead of stewed in thy grave.
Oh, treble woe. Fall 10 times treble on that cursed head whose most wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in my arms. Now pile your dust upon the quick and dead.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? This is I, Hamlet the Dane!
The devil take thy soul!
Knock them asunder!
Hamlet!
Gentlemen!
Hey, good my lord, be quiet!
Why? I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids no longer wag!
I, my son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers with all their quantity of love could not make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
Oh, he is mad, Laertes.
For the love of God, forbear him.
I prithee, what wilt thou do? Woot, weep, woot, fight, woot, fast, woot, tear thyself, eat a crocodile? I'll do it! I loved you ever. What reason do you use me thus to outface me with leaping in a grave? But it is no matter. Let Hercules do what he may. The cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. Suddenly, an hour of quiet shall we see. Till then, in patience our proceedings be.
Horatio, there's a divinity that shapes our ends. Rough hew them how we will.
That is most certain.
In my heart, sir, there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Up from my cabin, my sea scarfed about me. I fingered their packet, groped to find them out, and in fine withdrew to mine own cabin, making so bold, my fears forgetting manners, to unseal the Grand Commission, wherein I found, royal knavery, an exact command my head should be struck off.
Is it possible?
Here's the commission, read it. But wilt thou hear how it did proceed?
I beseech you.
I sat me down, wrote out a new commission. Wilt thou hear the effect of what I wrote?
Aye, good my lord.
An earnest conjuration from the king. England was her faithful tributary, that he should the bearers put to sudden death. No shriving time allowed.
How is this sealed?
Why, even in that was heaven ordinate. I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the model of that Danish seal.
So Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go to it.
Why, man, they did make love to this employment. Their death does by their own insinuation grow. They are not near my conscience.
Why, what a king is this?
He killed my father, whored my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes. He angled for my life. Is it not right that I should quit him with this arm?
Wait, peace! Who comes here?
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank thee. Dost thou know this waterfly?
No, my good lord.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I shall impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I humbly thank thee, and I will take up with all diligence of spirit. Put your bonnet to his right use, 'tis for the head.
I thank your lordship, it is very hot.
No, believe me, it is very cold. The wind is northerly.
It is indifferent cold, my lord, indeed.
But yet, methinks it is very sultry hot for my complexion.
Exceedingly, my lord, it is very sultry. But my lord his majesty bade me signify to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. Sir, this is the matter.
I beseech you, remember.
Nay, good my lord, for my knees in good faith. Sir, he is newly come to court. Laertes, believe me, an absolute gentleman. Indeed, speaking feeling of him, he is the card or calendar of gentry, for you shall find him of what continent of a part a gentleman would see.
Sir, his defilement suffers no perdition in you, though to divide him inventorially would dozy the arithmetic of memory, and yet but yaw neither in respect of his quick sale.
You are not ignorant of what excellent Laertes is reputed, sir. Say, for his weapon, they say he is unfellowed.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons, but well.
The king, sir, hath wagered him 6 Barbarian horses, as which Laertes takes upon it. The king, sir, hath laid on a dozen passes between yourself and him. He shall not exceed you 3 hits. He had laid that on 12th or 9, it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall if it please his majesty. It is the breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought. The gentleman willing the king hold his purpose. I will win for him if I can. If not, I will gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver and so?
After this, what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went into France, I have been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds, but Horatio, thou wilt not know how ill is all about it here in my heart, but 'tis no matter.
Nay, good my lord.
It is troubling, but it's but foolery.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall the repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come, and if it be not to come, it will be now. And if it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man knows aught of what he leaves behind, what is't to leave betimes? Let be.
My lord, his majesty sends to know if your pleasure hold to play tonight with Laertes, or if you'll require more time.
I am constant to my purposes, they follow the king's pleasure. If his fitness speaks, mine is ready, now or whensoever, provided I be so able as now.
The king and queen will be there, my lord.
In happy time.
The queen desires that you use light entertainment for Laertes before you fall to play.
She well instructs me.
Come, Hamlet. Take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong, but pardon it as you are a gentleman. This here presence needs must heard how I am punished with sore distraction. What I have done that might your nature, honor, and exception roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Wast Hamlet wrong, Laertes? Never, Hamlet. Sir, in this audience let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot the arrow, or the house, and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature. I do receive your offering, love like love, and I will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play? Come, the foils.
Come on, one for me.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace has placed the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. As from you both. But since he is bettered, we have therefore odds.
This one's too heavy. Let me see another.
This one likes me well. These foils have all the length.
Aye, my good lord.
Give me the cups. The trumpet to the kettle speaks. The kettle to the cannoneer without. The king drinks to Hamlet. Now, and you the judges bear a weary eye.
Come on, sir.
Come on, my lord.
One!
No!
Good fit!
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Here's to thy health. Even the cup.
Set it by a while. I'll play this bout first. Another hit! What say you?
A touch, I do confess it.
The son shall win.
He's fat and scant of breath. Hamlet, come, take my napkin and wipe thy brows. The queen carouses your fortune.
Good, madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. Pray you pardon me.
It is the poisoned cup. Yes, it is too late.
My lord, I'll hit him now, and yet it is almost against my conscience.
Come for the third, Laertes. You do but dally.
Say you so. Come on, then. How about you now?
What the man incensed! Nay, come again!
Look to the queen, they're home. They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord? How is it, Laertes?
Why, as a woodcock to mine own springe, Osric, I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, the drink. The drink was poisoned. Hamlet. Oh, I'm slain.
Villainy! Treachery! Stick it out! Let the doors be locked!
Hamlet, it is here, Hamlet. Thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not in half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me, and here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother poisoned, I can no more. The king is to blame.
The point envenomed too? Then venom to thy work!
Treason!
Oh, help me yet, friends. I am but hurt.
Here, thou incestuous, murderous, damning thing! Drink of this potion! Follow my mother.
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Now exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and thy father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, adieu. You that look pale and tremble at this chance, that are but mute in audience to this act, had I but time. Oh, as this fellow surgeon death is strict in his arrest, oh, I could tell you. But let it be. Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest, report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
I'll never believe it, for I'm more an antique Roman than a Dane. And yet here's some liquor left.
As thou art a man, give me the cup. Let go! I'll have it. Oh, Horatio, what a wounded name would live behind me. If thou didst ever hold me in my heart, I've sent thee from felicity a while, and this harsh world to draw thy breath in pain. Tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quiet overcrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and let the hosts of heaven sing thee to thy sleep. Why do the drums come hither?
Ambassadors from England and Norway, sir.
Where is this sight?
What is it you will see? If aught in war or wonder, cease your search.
This quarry cries on havoc, O proud death. What feast is towards thine eternal cell, that thou so many princes at a shot, so bloodily haste struck? The sight is dismal, and our affairs from England come too late. The ears are senseless that should give us bearing, to tell him that his commandment is fulfilled, that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Where should we have our thanks?
Not from these mouths. But since, ambassador, you are here, and you from Norway are here arrived, give the order that these bodies high upon the stage be placed to view, and allow me to speak to the yet unknowing world of how all these things came about. All this I can truly deliver.
Let us haste to hear it, and call the noble seance. For me, with sorrow I embrace my fortune. I have some rights of memory in this kingdom, which now, to claim my vantage, doth invite me.
Of that I shall also have cause to speak. Now, while men's minds are wild, lest more chance of plots and error happen, how 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he might have proved, if he had been put on, to have proved most royally, and for his passage the soldiers' songs and rites of war speak loudly for him.
Take up the bodies. Go bid the soldiers shoot.
So much. I know it's a long play, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, if you would like to, please come Friday night next week to Willa Wonky, all right? Or Saturday morning, okay? Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.